I have returned to this lovely account with this new tripod I have bought that's on a drum currently in my childhood high school basement to talk about post-traumatic growth. I haven't made a video essay since that one I made over the summer where I was talking about like fear and shit, and motherfucker didn't know what was gonna hit him in like a month, so props to him. He was ignorant as hell, but I think everyone on this account knows that when we were in Highland Park, the shooting went down, bad stuff. We were very close to it. We were, a street away. We had to hide from it. It was tough. It was a traumatic experience for everyone involved. Very grateful that I was not personally harmed physically or there to see anybody harmed physically, but again, still very traumatic, still very stressful, still very ass to deal with mentally. And one of the first things I did after that ended was we were driving to fucking Pittsburgh, shout out Pittsburgh, and we stopped in Pittsburgh at Chris's house, hung out. It was awesome. Chris's parents were great hosts. I'm getting off topic. Me and Fletcher were in like an internship meeting, and I did not pay attention. It was funny. I was rewatching my last video essay, and in it, I was like, "Yeah, it was an internship meeting. I wasn't paying attention." So I wasn't, again, as usual. And I looked up a video. I don't even know if it was a video. I think it was like an infographic of like post-traumatic growth, because like the thing about post-traumatic stress disorder, this is off the top of my memory. I didn't make any notes for this video. I just told myself I needed to start filming shit because I enjoyed making these. Next time I'll have more preparation and it'll be edited and will be better. But thing with post-traumatic stress disorders, what happens is you ruminate over a certain event that's happened to you, and that event changes your worldview. So for example, in the case of a mass shooting, if you are in that circumstance, you think that wherever you're going to go, another mass shooting is going to happen. And as we know, 99% of the time that's not the case, and you shouldn't be afraid of it. But the problem is it ruptures your whole perception of your worldview. So what happens is that you go out and other things start feeling weird. So like I remember after this happened, I like vividly remember this. It was kind of weird. You in Pittsburgh, you go like through a tunnel and you see like the city. There's like mountains around it. It's sick. It's awesome. Foot and Fletcher will know what I'm talking about. But basically, you drive through there, and I remember we were driving through there, and I had this just thought of something. I was like, what if we get into a car accident? Like specifically, after all that had happened, every kind of like ruptured worldview moment, I'll call it, always has something to do with us like dying, which is, it's shit. That's just what happens. I was like, oh, shit, what if we get into a car crash? I mean, even stuff almost as unreasonable as like, what if we got like food poisoning at like Primanti Brothers or like Eaton Park? And you kind of feel in like this constant state of like, the only way I can describe it is, when you smoke a lot of weed and you wake up the next morning, you got like that weed hangover and you feel very cut off from reality. Like it's like that feeling, but like very depressed as well. I guess when you're hungover from weed, you're not usually depressed. You're kind of just tired and like, fuck this. But like this is like you're depressed. And so that was what the PTSD experience was kind of like for me. But also at the same time, I was like, fuck this. Like there has to be something, there has to be a way that I can channel this into something more positive. And so in my experience, I went online and I looked up post-traumatic growth. And there's not a lot of videos on this. There's not a lot of content on it. There's like a few infographics, a few like blog posts, which is why I wanted to talk about it, because it was in my psychology textbook. So I'm like, I don't know why this isn't fucking talked about. Who knows? But it was in my psychology textbook, and I was like, okay, shit, this is interesting. This is cool. And basically what happens is that you take a positive mindset of your new worldview. So after the event happens, you're going to have a new take on the world. It's trauma. That's how it works. You can't reverse it. You can't go back in time and stop it from happening. It's just what happens. So I read on it and I was like, okay, well, how can I look on things more positively? You know, instead of having the fear that I could die any second all of a sudden, maybe, you know, push everything to the limit, you know, go like YOLO, I guess. I hate to bring that back. It's such a shit acronym, but, you know, along those same lines. And so what we did, or what I did, is when we went to Kennywood, I rode every fucking roller coaster in that amusement park. And before that, I was terrified of roller coasters, but I was like, well, you know, I almost died 2 days ago. Probably have a higher chance of surviving the roller coasters. I don't think that's what I meant, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna ride all the roller coasters. Who gives a shit? And so I did. I rode all of them. There's a video of me and Fletcher. I can like edit up here somewhere of us on the Phantom one of however many times. We did this one called the Black Widow where it's like, you like go upside down and fucking, it was insane. It was fun as hell though. It was so sick. And so that was like the first thing. And I was just thinking about this. I was watching a Hamza video and he was talking about the fuck this event, which is like a moment certain people have when they want to create a business or don't want to do the societal thing of like a 9-to-5 job. I'm like, you know, they're kind of like, fuck this. I need to do something that's going to make me happy. And I think my fuck this event was Highland Park, which is, that's just what it was. Because from then I've noticed so many like different changes. I mean, even in that week, so there was that. We went rock climbing, and there was this little kid who was stuck at the top of the rock climbing wall. And I've told this story to Rowie. I think I've told it to Brett. I don't know I think I've told Fletcher, maybe. I've probably told Wes, but there's this kid on top of the wall, and he was crying, he was scared. His mom and his either little sister or little brother had already climbed down. I forget if it was a sister or brother, but they had already climbed down. And I was up there at the top, and I was, you know, proud that I had topped it. I mean, I don't have that much rock climbing experience. I think it's fun. I want to learn, but I don't know that much. And I got to the top, and the kid was sitting there, and he was crying. He was scared. He was like literally frozen, holding on to, like frozen in fear. And his mom's like, "Oh, come down. Like you'll be fine. Like just don't look down. Just climb down." You know, shit like that. I was like, "Well, come on, man. I'll help you out." So I got down there, and I like had my arm behind him, and I was like, "Okay, you're gonna be okay. Like watch me, watch as I do." And I like climbed down very slowly, and I made sure he did it with me, and he got down, and he like literally when we got down like hugged me like so hard and was just like so excited, and then ran to his mom. His mom was like, "Oh, thank you. Like you're so nice." And that was my favorite moment of the summer, which was crazy. Like that was absurd. I was just like, holy shit, like I feel like a dad, but like in the best way possible. And I never felt that way before. Like I never had like a parental instinct. And then we went to London, and then even in London, like I was there, I was bored for like the first hour or two we were at the airport. You know, I didn't know a single person on the trip. I was like, fuck this. Like I don't know anybody. You know, this isn't going to be that fun. I've gotten here, it's really busy. I don't know if I like it here. And I just woke up the next morning and I was like, all right, I'm just going to try and be friends with everybody and just be happy and outgoing and, you know, put all my effort into that. And it worked. I mean, me and Connor are really good friends now. Me and Connor bonded because I liked his Mac Miller tattoo, and I went up to him. I was like, sick tattoo, and that was it. I mean, we hung out probably every hour of the rest of the trip together. It's just stuff like that, like I usually would not do before. And you know, I carried it into this semester. For those that know, which I think is everybody. I think the only non-Belmont person on here is Grant. But like for Grant, like when we had parties and stuff, I would give out beers or nips or like candy to people just to like start conversation and talk to people. It was cool. It was fun. But like socially improved, you know, getting over fears improved a lot, and now have this weird, like, not weird, it's a good thing, but like grateful, helpful instinct, you know, with the kid and the rock climbing and stuff. I'm reading books on, you know, how to, you know, have better relationships, you know, how to strengthen like the bond with the person that you're seeing and stuff like that. And like, you know, I would not have done that, God knows, what, like 2 years ago? I don't know. I mean, it's Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas. Forgot about that. You know, it's Christmas. Today we were watching TV for, you know, whatever reason. I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is so boring. Like, I've gotten to the point now where I enjoy just working, whether it be working out, even working on schoolwork, which sounds disgusting, like more than I enjoy watching TV. Unless it's like a social event or something outside or something. Like, I can't sit still and play video games anymore. I can't sit still and watch TV. I don't go on social media. I watch YouTube to learn. I read like a motherfucker. Brett will tell you that. I was reading in line at Disney for like 45 minutes. You know, I've gotten to the point now where I enjoy working more than I enjoyed entertainment, which is weird because I go to a school that preps you for the entertainment business. But basically, I got a new tripod, so this was a little test video. I want to make more of these essays. I want to eventually have a channel where it's only these essays. I want to start a business. I'm writing a book. It's like an ebook, but that will be out soon, like probably by the end of break. But yeah, this is just kind of like a test run. We're going to Montreal tomorrow for like 3 days. I'm gonna try and film one in Montreal. It'll probably just be like in the gym. I don't think my parents want to be in this, and I don't want to walk around the city with the tripod like a dumbass. Like, so probably won't be filming like outside there. But yeah, little prep video. Expect more of these. I don't have like a cool sign off or anything, so I'll just go like that. Peace. Pizza.